Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's case study video, I'm going to go through how our team has generated dozens of sprinkler and irrigation leads for our local client. Now, this client also has several other campaigns running, but today we're only going to focus on the sprinkler and irrigation leads because it's a very specialized service, and you're going to see some really cool stuff. So check this out. Okay, everyone, here is inside of the client's ad account. Here is the campaign that we're going to be working on here. So you'll see they have a bunch of stuff running, but don't worry about any of that. Today is only about the sprinkler and drainage lead generation campaign, which is very specific, right? This isn't like landscaping. This is much, much different. So to get some volume out of this is nice. So if we go through the last 30 days, which is August 20th to September 18th, I'm going to walk you through the stats here and kind of go into the ad groups, the keywords, show you what's working, what's not working, and how we roll these out for irrigation and sprinkler clients all the time, right? So what you're about to see is a template. It's a clone. We simply take our winning campaign, landing page, ads, keywords. We already know what works. We know what to target. All we do is roll it out to your location and turn it on, swap in your information, turn everything on, and our system takes over from there. If that's of interest to you and you need sprinkler and irrigation leads for your company, there is a link in the description of this video. So fill that out. If your market's not taken, we can only work with so many people per market. If your market's not taken, then we can clone this, roll it out in your location, and start generating leads for you in within 24 to 48 hours. All right, that said, let's get into the stats here, right? So last 30 days, 281 clicks, 4,300 impressions, 6.5% click-through rate, which is great. That means people like our ads for what they're searching, so it's a good message match. Average cost per click is about $13. Total cost on the campaign for the last 30 days was $3,800. They've gotten 95 leads. That's a mixture of contact form submissions and phone calls at a cost per lead of $40, which is right on point where we want to be for irrigation and sprinkler leads. And our conversion rate is 33%, which is awesome. Obviously, that's way above where our benchmark is. Our benchmark's 20 to 25 usually. Excuse me. So 33%, that's great. And that is honestly a lot of that is due to our split testing capabilities that we have now. So we use Instapage for our landing pages, and Instapage rolled out an AI split testing system. So what we do is when we bring a new client on, they immediately get five-way split test, right? So we take 5 different versions of a landing page, different headlines, buttons, call to actions, all that stuff, and we split test it, and we're able to identify the winner and the highest converting page variation much, much faster now with the AI. So we're cruising in with these 30% plus conversion rates pretty much almost in every space we're in right now, thanks to our new split testing system. So that's also something that you'll get when you sign on with us. All right, let's go into the campaign. Let's check out the ad groups here. So we have our generic stuff. We have a TCPA set. Sprinkler repair. Let's sort by conversions, actually. Okay, I think we are. There we go. All right, so majority of the leads came from sprinkler repair, irrigation repair, installation, geo. They're in Dallas, Arlington, Fort Worth, all that. So it's a huge, huge geo. That's why there's so much volume for this stuff. You really need to have a decent size geo that you're targeting. Otherwise, this campaign is not going to get volume. It's just not. It's just the way it is. It's very low search terms in smaller locations. So irrigation installation, land grading, sprinkler repair, location. Those are the main ad groups driving all of the leads. So there's not really anything magical here, guys, right? The real magic comes on the landing page. That's taking the brunt of all this traffic and filtering it through and pulling phone calls out of the backside of it. And that's what we're specialists at. So if we go into keywords, those are search terms. Go into the keywords. We'll see what's driving. You'll see here we're only doing phrase and exact match. So we're not doing that broad match bullshit where you're getting a ton of relevant stuff. Now, granted, if you're watching this, we do run broad match campaigns, but only in specific niches, right? I would never do it in this niche or like, junk removal. It's another one that's not good for broad match. However, there are really good ones for broad match, like car detailing. So broad match has its place. You combine that with a smart bidding strategy like TCPA and a shit ton of negative keywords, you will get great results. But in this space, specifically irrigation and sprinkler, we don't do broad match. We stay away from it. There's just way too many variables. You'll get a ton of competitor name searches and stuff like that. And it's a nightmare. So we stay away from it. Exact and phrase match. You'll see here, I've sorted by lead volume. There we go. So really high intent keywords, guys. It doesn't get much better than this. These are exact match keywords. Sprinkler repair near me, sprinkler repair, emergency sprinkler repair system repair, right? So that's repairing the entire system, repair company, just residential repair. So all really high quality stuff that we're going after here. A lot of exact match, which is kind of surprising that exact match would drive so many leads, but I'm not complaining. It's working well. So if we come down here, a lot of geo stuff in here, irrigation maintenance near me, so a lot of maintenance installation stuff. So a lot of bigger quality jobs can come out of these keywords, which is pretty cool. If we come down here, it comes into more phrase match, but there's still a ton of stuff going on. A lot of geo stuff, so make sure you're adding geos into your campaigns. That's important. Now, if we break this down by devices, we'll see we have cell phones, tablets, and computers. We can see here we have a negative bid on our computer to keep that lead cost low. So we got in 25 computer, so traffic that came from a computer instead of like a cell phone or something like that. We got 25 leads, and then we've gotten 70 leads that came from a cell phone. So obviously we try to push cell phone traffic more in Google. A phone call, an inbound phone call is a much better sales opportunity for our clients and your clients. If you're watching this and you have a company or a white label company or an agency or whatever, we really want to drive phone calls because that gives our clients an immediate sales opportunity. They're not bullshitting around trying to reach back out to a contact form submission and trying to get a hold of them, and they're price shopping. They fill out 10 different forms. So they don't know where they're coming from. So the phone call presents an immediate sales opportunity, and that's always what we want to go after. So that's the most important thing. Now, again, these guys are in a giant geo. Their budget's $150 a day, Monday through Friday. You don't need a budget this big in irrigation and sprinkler leads. You can do this with $100 a day, probably $75. But keep in mind, if you drop your budget down that much, you're severely limiting your lead volume, right? So it's a balancing act between what we can get the cost per leads at and what your daily budget is, right? So if your daily budget's, $75, let's say $80, and we're getting leads at 40, you're only getting 2 leads a day. Like you're capped. So that's pretty much it on volume. So it's a balancing act for sure. But keep that in mind when you're building your future campaigns. So this campaign is doing great, and I'm actually in round 3 of setting up another split test because I want to try and get this conversion rate to 40% and really take this thing off. So we're about to roll out round 4 of our conversion rate split testing, which is another 5-way split test. We take all of our winning variations and then we create some new variations and we run them against each other. It's actually really fun to do, I have to admit. But that's all I got for you guys today for sprinkler and irrigation leads. Tomorrow we are going to go into, I believe it is another junk removal campaign. So we're doing some really cool stuff with junk removal right now with split testing as well. We have conversion rates up over 50% right now, which is total insanity. So keep an eye out for that, guys.